And we'll draw legs. And we're going to do all that first before we add the pattern. Got an eye, we got a nose and mouth. So we're going to draw all the bigger shapes first before we add the details in, because that's usually in drawing how they fit best. Details last, work well. So, and actually, you know what? In your tortoise, I'll show you in the other one, but you don't have to draw a spiral inside. You could do hearts, right? So you could do different patterns because we're trying to make our tortoise creative. So it doesn't have to look exactly like a real tortoise. So we'll get to that when we start drawing. All right, let's see. So first, I said we need to draw the body. So the body kind of reminds me of a big jelly donut. So I am going to start in the middle, and I'm going to make mine have 3 bumps for the top of the shell. And then I'm going to come around all the way around and connect it. So now we just have the outside line of our shell. Now we have to draw the tortoise's long neck and head. They're actually pretty long necks. So I am going to start up here with the top of the head, which is kind of like a circle shape, except for then we have to kind of go back down and connect it to the shell because our heads stick out. So to finish the face, we want to give them kind of, you know, they have like a little beak, kind of like not a bird beak, but just like a little tiny hook because they chew and crush up leaves. So we're going to add that part, but we're going to give him a big smile because he is a cartoon tortoise. And then he's super happy. So we're going to give him a mouth. So we're going to draw a little U. And then we're going to draw one more U for like the chin. And then we're going to give him the rest of his neck. So he's got a long, skinny neck. So we got neck. So we're going to move on to legs. Now the legs kind of remind me of elephant legs. So this leg's going to start here. And it's going to come down. We're going to do the same thing for the back of the leg. I'm going to just follow that. And then kind of end off the foot. But we have to add little toes because they use their little toes to dig in the dirt and in the sand. So we need to add some toes. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do the exact same leg shape and toes on the back. Same thing, we're going to go leg. So we got 1 line. We're going to do the back part of the leg, 2. And there's the bottom. And then we add the 3 toes. So 1, 2, 3. And right now our tortoise, sometimes what we do is you can see the other leg, but you can't really see it that much. So we're just going to add a line so that it looks like you can see the 2 front legs. So all I did is I just went behind the leg and I just added a little line, and I added like a line like that, like the heel. And then we're going to do the same for this side. We're going to add a line in the front and then curve it like that. But now we can see the front leg, so we actually have to add a toe. I'm going to add a toe. Okay, so we have done all the big shapes. Let's do the tortoise shell, all the little like plates, how they're divided up. Their shell's super, super hard. So all I did is I found these little lines right here. And I made a line come down. And then I started connecting these lines, almost like I was making like a soccer ball. And I did another one. And how about I'll do another one here. So these shapes, so I trying to make it kind of geometric, but again, it's a little cartoon tortoise, so he doesn't have to exactly look like, you know, what a picture of a tortoise would be, because it's not a photograph, it's a cartoon drawing. Okay, now what I want to add down here, they kind of have these little parts of their shell that lift up. They kind of tip up on the sides, and they look like this. They kind of just one plate after another. And then I'll just add those. So however you made this inside and however you divided it up, that's okay. Because, you know, we got some unique turtles out there. Okay, so the details. We're gonna start with the face, and we need to get an eye and a nose, maybe some eyebrows. So he's pretty expressive. So we're gonna draw a little oval. And then we're gonna draw another little, kind of like a circle. And I'm gonna color it in. And then turtles, their like nose part front, like kind of bends in the front. So I'm just gonna give it a little line to make it look like it would bend. And a little tiny nose, just a little dot. So if we want to give our tortoise some eyebrows, we can draw one here and draw a big one right here. So now he's got like some big eyebrows. He's thinking. Oh, our tortoise, they have kind of wrinkly skin. And I used to have a turtle, and they do have pretty wrinkly skin. It's pretty scaly. So to show that in a cartoon style, make a line like that. We're gonna do a line underneath, a straight line. And then we're gonna do one more like that. So we're gonna make these same exact lines back here. So we're gonna do a line there, one short line this way, and another one like that. So those are their wrinkly knees. So as far as the tortoise pattern, so I had done like little spirals, but because it's a tortoise and it's cartoon, we can do whatever patterns we like. So I'm gonna start with a swirl, just kind of start it off. And because I'm making this kind of my own tortoise, I think over here I'm gonna put polka dots. Give him some polka dots, and I might give him some polka dots somewhere else. And then I'm gonna add another spiral, and I think I'm gonna put it down here. So if I want to do a new pattern, maybe this one has hearts. So do some hearts. Do a heart over here. And you guys can put any kind of patterns. You know, patterns are like stripes or zigzags. How about waves? Little wavy design. Put some waves over here. Ooh, in the middle, I'm gonna do stripes. And I'm gonna do some stripes this way. And some stripes this way. And then I only have a couple left. So I'm trying to think, another pattern could be, I could do triangles. I might put some triangles over here and triangles down on this last little one. So that way, it's just kind of more like of a fun patterned cartoon animal or cartoon tortoise. This part down here, I think I'm going to color it in with my marker, just so it looks like it stands out a little bit more. So it'll stand out from the pattern. I'm just going to color it in. Okay, so we pretty much designed the tortoise shell. And then of course we don't want our tortoise to be floating in the sky. So we're gonna add a line for the ground. I'm just gonna start on this side and I'm gonna make it kind of wavy, you know, like that. And then we'll make one more. Oh my gosh, do you know what I forgot? I forgot the tail. So tortoises' tails, they're kind of pointy. Let's add a tail. Now I had a turtle. My turtle actually loved to eat leaves of flowers. And so I thought, well, that might be cute. Instead of just drawing like plants, I think we can add a bunch of flowers. And I make my cartoon flowers really simple. So I just make a little circle and I'll add a line. And then I add petals. I just keep repeating them until I get to the end. And then since my turtle loved leaves, I gotta add the little leaves. So you really love those. All right, so I have one. I'm gonna put another one over here. It's the same thing. We're just doing a circle. And then the lines. And then petals. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course our leaves, can't forget those. I'm just gonna do 2. You could definitely put more than 2. I think I'm just gonna do 2 for right now. Maybe they could have like a little flower in their hair. Not hair, on their head. All right, and then of course, as always, the last part is to sign your name. Since everybody wants to know who drew that cute cartoon tortoise. And then if we look, they're pretty similar, except for my pattern's different and the fact that I added a flower in on his little head. So, but other than that, also, oh, and I didn't add as many flowers, but pretty much pretty similar.